Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about Diamond's Victory. This is one of the most powerful Blackwood sets that got released, and it is probably the most powerful craftable set at the moment, so it's very easy to get. Please don't forget to subscribe, it helps me out a lot. So before we dive into why this is so powerful and like how you can utilize it, this set, let's check out Diamond. Let's check out ESO-hub.com. You need 5 traits to be able to craft this, and it drops in the north of Blackwood, the new zone. If you don't have access to Blackwood, you can ask someone else to craft it for you, or if you have like a guild crafting hall or something, it's probably also there. So what does this do? So the 2, 3 and 4 piece bonuses are already powerful. You get weapon spell damage, crit, and more weapon and spell damage. And now the 5 piece bonus sounds fairly complicated, but the too long didn't read is you get 437 weapon and spell damage. So while in combat, using an ability with a range of 7 meters or less grants you range supremacy for 5 seconds, adding 437 weapon and spell damage to your damage over time and ranged attacks. While in combat, using an ability with a range of over 7 meters grants you melee supremacy for 5 seconds, adding 437 weapon and spell damage to your melee attacks. So basically, if you use a ranged ability, the melee effect will proc. If you use a melee ability, the ranged effect will proc. I do think this will get nerfed in the future. Keep that in mind. That thing is just too juicy. It feels like they want to sell you. They want to give you a reason to buy the chapter. Probably not, but let's compare this to another powerful like craftable set. New Moon Acolyte. This one drops in South and elsewhere. Basically, it gives you 401 weapon and spell damage, but you get the penalty of 5% increased ability cost, right? 401 weapon and spell damage. This thing, 437 weapon and spell damage, but no like penalty. So this is the more powerful version of New Moon without the annoying extra ability cost. I guess the penalty is that you need range and melee abilities to keep both procs up. But the thing is, you can literally breathe and this stuff will proc. It's so easy to proc. I will also attach a Google Doc. In the description, somebody made a table so people can check like what ability procs which effect and so on. It was very helpful. So the effect looks like this. It's basically the hands are glowing. The hands or the shoulders. Light attack already procs the melee supremacy. And for example, I can use the shield to proc the range supremacy. Crystal frag for the melee. Range melee. Force pulls. It's also gonna proc the melee. Let's actually see what the pet does. Okay, the pet normal ability doesn't do anything. If we use the ability, there we go, we get ranged. So you see, there's only 2 free abilities that we tested, and if you have a decent rotation, it's almost impossible not to have these 2 effects active at all times. That's why I say it's just so powerful. Now, a possible setup that you can use this with is you could actually body Modosoro. So I have a belt here and the pants and 3 jewelry pieces. And then I have Diamond's Victory chest, boots, and hands. and the stuff which counts for 2 bonuses, right? So we can front bar this. Fairly easy setup. The set is easy to get. Like I said, use it with caution. If you're rich and you have enough materials, sure, go for it. But I'm smelling a nerf around the corner because it's just too powerful. It's just so easy to proc the effect. And there is no other penalty like with New Moon that gives you like a ability cost increase and so on. So please keep that in mind when you utilize this. On ESO-hub.com you can actually find like all of the sets here. Craftable, arena, dungeon, whatever floats your boat. All the mythic items do also have the leads attached here with a map, so you can easily find them. Very important. The DLC page up here, we already added the Q3 and Q4 DLC. Basically, the Blackwood one, it has all guides listed and all the other sets that are available. So I would definitely recommend checking out all these things. I will put the links into the description. And if you're looking for builds, I do recommend checking out alcasthq.com. There is plenty of setups for dungeons, solo. I also talk about a lot of useful sets. A lot of people always think there's only one best in slot, but there is a lot of really good sets. Like, I listed up most of the sets here that are really useful. Some are easier to get, some are harder, and some are not viable in all situations, but in general, the list should be pretty complete. Please don't forget to subscribe. I do have a lot of social media things like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I do have a second YouTube channel, Twitch. We do have a Discord community server that you can join if you want. You don't need to write anything here. You can just use it as like a news hub or something like that. When there's something new on the website, I post it here. Or when ESO posts some official stuff, it's all here. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.